Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing TikTok Shop and specifically the scams that are going on TikTok Shop. So TikTok Shop is a new feature on TikTok, well, new-ish, it's been around for a little while now, but it is a very popular feature on TikTok where companies and influencers alike can link products and make money right in the app. And I keep hearing people complain about it. For me personally, I'm in Canada, so it's not actually even on my TikTok yet. It's not available in Canada, but I follow tons of people who are American and in the UK as well, where it launched even before USA. And I've heard so many complaints from people saying that their feed is just taken over with TikTok Shop content and that every second post is a TikTok Shop ad. And not only that, but there's a whole other issue of TikTok Shop aside from just being very in your face and annoying if it's not the content you want to see, but there's also a ton of scams taking place on TikTok Shop. So we're going to dive into that and go over what are the scams, what to look out for, and honestly, my opinion is just that you should probably avoid it, but let's get into it. So TikTok Shop, I'll kind of show you screenshots here, is an in-app feature in TikTok where creators and businesses alike can link either their own products or affiliate products and make money from selling items on TikTok. I'm Canadian, like I said, so for me, I personally have not seen any TikTok Shop content. When I go on to someone's page who's using TikTok Shop, it just says no product for me in the shop icon. The other issue with TikTok Shop, aside from being spammy AF, is that it's also scammy AF. There's a few different types of scams going around on TikTok Shop. The main one that I have seen and what's impacting the most amount of people is the counterfeit products that are being sold on there. In my opinion, that's the worst because that also leads to a question of safety and if these products are safe, and especially if young people are buying them. I mean, obviously it's unsafe for anyone, but I know TikTok does have a large audience of younger people, and my concern would come in with if they are able to discern real advertisements versus ones that are selling them something that is like too good to be true. The BBB, or Better Business Bureau, that's so hard to say, also put out a warning against TikTok Shop, warning people of fake products and scams on TikTok. So I will post a link to that article down below. And then there was also an article in the Washington Post, which I'm going to read a little bit from that here. And again, every article I mentioned will be linked down below. But this says the same algorithmic magic dust that catapults legitimate sellers to trending status can also work for scammers, users warn. Some have encountered videos with high views and like counts promoting dubious companies or products. Illicit or dangerous items sometimes find their way into TikTok Shop, according to outside researchers, and small sellers can't always keep up with the flurry of attention they receive when a video performs particularly well. That's a great point there. And then I just have a little video I'm gonna play. But like they said, you really can't control what goes viral. And the issue with a lot of these scam companies going viral and stuff is when someone sees a large view count, lots of likes, lots of comments, it adds that little bit of a sense of validity that, okay, well, all these people are commenting saying the product is great, this must be legit, when a lot of the time it isn't. And here's a couple examples of a few people who are actually advertising the products and think that these counterfeits are good and that they got a good deal.
TikTok let me buy this for $3, and now I'm gonna smell it. You know, I actually hope it smells good because I've seen this all on my For You page all summer.
Yeah.
And I've never smelled it. I'm like, oh wow, it must smell amazing.
That's pretty good. Oh my god. What if you didn't like it?
I didn't. Never mind, it smells so good, buy it.
So in those examples, I mean, the last one, obviously she's kind of joking. She's like, I didn't like it. Never mind, it's good, buy it. But you can see in those that, first of all, both the products were $3, which already, clearly that is some kind of sketchy. But these examples here do look very real. Like the Sol de Janeiro spray, to me that looks, if I saw it up close, I might be able to tell the difference, but just from the video, it does look very legitimate. Like the sticker's in the right place, it's kind of the right size, the right font, the bottle shape is right, which we'll note in a couple other examples, sometimes they're not. Stanley Cup, same thing, it like looks pretty legitimate. I mean, I have one and it looks pretty similar to mine, to be honest. But the biggest question with those two examples is, why is it $3? Like if a company is willing to sell you products for that cheap, I promise you they are not doing it as a favor to you. They are still making a profit, which tells me that these dupes are even cheaper than just $3, because if that's what you're paying, they're still making money off shipping it to you, and you have no idea what's in it. And that is not to say anything against cheaper products when you know they're cheap. For example, I'll go to the Dollarama and buy something cheap and like I'm not expecting it to last me 15 years. But with these products, what it is they're taking an already established brand and product that people already know and trust, and they're selling it to you, and they're not telling you that it's a dupe or a fake or whatever. You just think you're getting a crazy good deal, and you don't even know what's in it or if it's even safe to use. And like same with the cup. I mean, $3, at least with the cup, it's not something you're applying on your body, but who knows what materials that cup is even made of or has come in contact with. It's definitely not made ethically either if they're selling it for that cheap. Like, it's just not possible to have an ethically made product be sold for that low. And here are a few more videos that I will play for you of people who bought items on TikTok Shop only to receive them and get completely not what was pictured or what was sold to them.
Okay guys, so I'm supposed to make a video about these Summer Fridays lip balms, but I think the ones on TikTok Shop, they're fake. So I'm sure not all of them are gonna look the same, but one thing I did notice is this one, this is the real one. I bought this from Sephora. This one says to recycle it, and the label looks different here. This one does not have any recycling thing, and it looks different over here. And then also at the top here, do you see how this has like space in between the lines and the number, and this one doesn't? I don't know, something seems off. Also, this one works significantly better than this one. This is the one I bought off a TikTok Shop, and like this shit comes right off my lips. It makes my lips dry and peel, but this one works really well.
Here's another example for you.
So I've just been sent 2 of these. They come with a box and everything. It looked legit. They were from TikTok Shop and I just got sent them. Then I compared it to my real one. And yes, this one is smaller because it's a smaller version. But I come to a realisation this is fake. And yes, they do look very, very, very similar. But let me show you the reasons why it's fake. That's got a light grey. That's dark. The font on this one is completely straight. Whereas this one, the A's and the E's go up. If you look at this one, everything is centre in the middle. Now, if you look at this one, everything is slightly over to the left. Now, if you look at the caps on the fake one, it is very rounded on the edges. And if you look at the caps on the real one, it is very pointed on the edges. The real one, the blue bit here goes all the way around. The fake one cuts off right there. The fake is on the left and the real is on the right. As you can tell, the real one is really thick. The fake one is all watery. The fake one also has a strong scent of baby lotion, whereas this one doesn't really have a smell. If you can't tell if it's real or fake, just know the real one looks like this and it takes time to blend in.
Here's another example. Sol de Janeiro and like those popular brands, Stanley, Summer Fridays, Embryolisse, they seem to be like the heavy hitters with this, but of course that's the products that people want, right?
So they got me with this one. I've purchased a lot of Sol de Janeiro products. I'm very familiar with the smell, with the packaging. I'm a big fan. So when TikTok Shop was advertising the natural Rio de Janeiro deodorant, I had to buy it. So I got this and I was immediately skeptical. Look at the packaging. Real products are just this color. Like the bottle is this color. This is obviously just a sticker. It's a sticker that wasn't even applied well. The roller is clear and not wet. You see how nothing's coming out? Like this is brand new. Let me try shaking it. Let me try squeezing it. Squeezing and shaking. Dry, dry, dry as can be. There's nothing in this. Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on. There actually is. What did I just do? Oh no. Oh. This smells like potpourri and lotion. I can't even link this product. It's been fully removed from TikTok Shop for being fake, obvious. I will attach the real version of the deodorant that has like 60,000 good reviews. That one's legit. But now I need to buy some real deodorant.
So again, very obviously a fake, and this is a perfect example of another thing where she said that she can't even go back to view the product or link it or anything. Not that she would actually want anyone to buy it, but just to check into it because the shop has been removed, and that's after she already made a purchase. Some people were running into the shops being removed before they even got their items, but honestly at this point it probably would have been a favor to her if she hadn't received it. And I'm glad that it wasn't working because who knows what that would do on her skin. And then this is another really bad one. Again, just kind of getting into the safety and possible contamination of these products because this person bought a Stanley cup for her daughter. It was a fake, very evidently a fake one. She was like, oh well, my daughter won't really care if it's real or fake. And she thought there was barbecue sauce on it, but she later discovered that it was not barbecue sauce. It was blood, most likely anyways.
Shame on me. Shame on me. You saw that, right? DHgate. Shit is some bull. Is that barbecue sauce? Well, here's the thing. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't own a Stanley. But I do know that the straw is thick, and this is a really thin straw. So I need you, Stanley lovers, to tell me if this is real or not. Actually, I'm gonna bring this to Target later and see if it's real, but I'm gonna go ahead and say no with the fucking barbecue sauce. What is this? I'm done. Now here's the thing, I only spent like 20 bucks on it. So my 10-year-old isn't gonna know the difference, and she is going to be like, there's no way she's gonna know the difference. There's no way that's real. I need to bring it to Target later and do a side-by-side comparison, because I'm like, what? I'm so stupid.
And here's a follow-up to that video. When she realized it's definitely not barbecue sauce, the comments also let her know there's no way. But yeah.
I got a fake Stanley Up TikTok shop, and I thought that there was barbecue sauce on it, but there wasn't. Now that I've had a full day to really think about the fact that I got a counterfeit Stanley cup from the TikTok shop with blood on it, like, not me thinking it was barbecue sauce. Like, why the fuck would that be barbecue sauce, Kaylee? You stupid idiot. It's blood. It's blood. It's blood from somebody working in a sweatshop somewhere. And like this comment says, it's a cry for help. And I went to leave a comment on the TikTok shop. It wouldn't even let me. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin with reporting this. I tried to give it a review. I don't even have the energy because I got a cup with someone's blood on it today.
As you can see based on those videos, this is a huge problem that is sweeping over basically all of TikTok shop. They were not sold these products as dupes or whatever, because a lot of time people will link stuff, say on Amazon storefront, as a dupe for another product because it looks similar or it kind of does the same thing. But that's different when you're advertising it as that. Now, there's also an issue of, like I mentioned, fake companies where they buy a product and the next thing you know, you either don't receive it and the shop is shut down, or you get it, go to check it out again, and the shop is gone. So here's a couple of examples about that.
I got scammed by an ad on TikTok. Let's talk about it. I'm a 2023 bride and mom of an 8-month-old. Weddings are expensive. Babies are expensive. We're gonna save money any way we can. I jumped when I saw a large arched mirror, like one of those big guys, for $50. That should have been the red flag right there. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. But I had my wedding blinders on. These things cost like $200. And so when I saw one, an populated ad on my TikTok for a massive arched mirror, bet your ass I put in my information. The site looked legit. It came up on my shop app, everything. Well, it never shipped. Then I started to get a little curious. So I went on the shop app to track the package, and the website didn't exist. And that same week, I had someone try and hack into my Snapchat like 3 times. Mind you, I had to put in my credit card information, my home address, my phone number, my email, everything to purchase this mirror that's never gonna come. So called my bank, disputed the charge, and canceled my credit card. Moral of the story, if it seems too good to be true, it is. Wedding blinders are totally real, especially when you're trying to save money. And don't buy shit off of TikTok unless it's linked in someone's bio.
So that's an example there of one of the companies that the website was completely removed and deleted, whether by their own choice, they made their money and closed their site down so that they couldn't be tracked, or it was shut down because it was an illegitimate business. Either way though, for the consumer, that is not good, especially because they do have all of her information. Like she said, she was able to cancel her credit card, but it's still just sketchy. Like you're putting your information out there. You don't know who's taking it, what they're even doing with it. Or, you know, what if it was worse than that and they accessed more of her money before she realized she wasn't getting the item? Because it is pretty normal, especially for smaller businesses, to take a couple days between when you order for things to ship out. I've had that happen even with legitimate companies. So I can understand maybe not looking into it right away and just thinking, oh, well, you know, I'll get a shipment confirmation within a couple business days. And then by that point, sometimes it's too late. And this video is specifically more about TikTok ads. She's referring to the ones that come up as like sponsored posts and they're for items or apps, things like that. But it is all hand in hand with TikTok Shop. So I'll play that here now because the same type of thing is happening with TikTok Shop.
This is a little PSA to anyone buying anything from TikTok ads. I just had to cancel and reorder my card. I don't usually do this, but I was scrolling on TikTok and I found this shark blanket like popped up in an ad. My sister is like obsessed with sharks and I was like, this would be the best Christmas present. Like she'd absolutely love it. I went and like tried to purchase the blanket and I get this, as I like click purchase, I get this text message from my bank basically just being like, there's fraudulent activity on your card, was this you? Reply yes or no. And so that made me a little bit like, I was like, but I did it, like, so like why is it fraudulent kind of thing. I ended up ringing the bank and we figured out that the website that I had purchased from wasn't matching their records of the website that I had purchased from, and it was saying on their end that I was trying to buy cosmetics when I was trying to buy a blanket. So I ended up having to cancel and reorder a new card. Basically what she was saying to me is that these websites are like fraudulent websites and like posing as other websites and like obviously like stealing products from other websites. I was probably never going to receive the shark blanket. All of the story, just be safe with what you're purchasing online and probably don't buy things from TikTok ads. If you see something on TikTok ads, go and look it up on Google and buy it off the right website instead of a fraudulent website.
So yeah, obviously that one's a little bit different because it is on TikTok ads, which is like the sponsored post. But even that's a huge issue because much like TikTok Shop, people can easily just sign on, make an ad, sell however much of whatever they want, even if they're not selling anything, just taking people's information or getting a payment for a product there's no intention to ship out. And by the time that they are deleted and blocked, sometimes it's too late. And I feel like they could just like make another account. The next issue that TikTok Shop has is that it's not just awful for the consumer, it's also awful for a lot of the companies selling there. Obviously the ones that are scamming are probably making their money and going, but there are a lot of small businesses that are relying on TikTok Shop to help sell their product because TikTok does get a lot of views. And so for a lot of them, it has been a way to make more money and get more eyes on their small businesses. And it turns out that TikTok Shop is horrible for small businesses as well. It's been shutting people's accounts down, canceling orders on them before they even have had their fair chance to ship them out, or even after they've shipped them out. So the product will be shipped and then the order gets canceled afterwards, meaning they're out the money and the product. So we're gonna watch a couple videos here now of people talking about how TikTok Shop has really harmed their business more than it's helped. So here, first of all, is an example of someone who was having success on TikTok Shop. This is her kind of talking about the success that she's had. But then we're going to get into what happened after.
I just made $600 in 2 hours from one TikTok. That was yesterday. This is today. I don't know how many videos I'm gonna have to make before y'all realize that TikTok Shop is so powerful and valuable. And there's still plenty of time for you to get in on it early. All that revenue is from one video, which doesn't even have 100,000 likes, so it's not like extremely viral. But my pitch and my hook and my content in that video was so good that I got 400 plus sales for that shop from it. And I earned commission on every single purchase. So a lot of people in the previous video I made about TikTok Shop were asking, how do you join? I'm going to give you a visual real quick. You want to go to your creator settings on your profile and you want to press TikTok Shop for creator right there. The requirements are 10,000 followers, 100,000 views in the past 30 days, so a whole month to get that much, and you have to be 18. Y'all better stop hating on TikTok Shop and join the game that everybody else is playing and winning, clear.
This is a warning about TikTok Shop, as today the platform stole over $6,000 from me. So I'm in digital marketing and content creation. That is my full-time career, and with the shop feature alone, I scaled a 5-figure business this year from it. And all was going well until this month. I woke up today, actually this morning, to a complete ban on my account, and all of the money that I had earned at this month up to this date was taken from me. I cannot take it out of my account anymore, and I just don't have access to it. I can literally still see the amount, but this is not a pending balance. It says pending on the top now, and the red withdraw button is now gone, so I can no longer withdraw the money that I've earned this month. And this is not all of it. I also have some from the creator fund, which has also now disappeared. So in total, it's around $8,300 that I no longer have access to, and it's a permanent ban on my account, so I will not get it back. So why? I'll try to be as brief as possible. Long story short, I woke up this morning to my phone absolutely blown up. So many calls from brands, so many emails from brands, everybody frustrated and freaking out because it notified every brand, and I have over 250 collaborations clocked on that page. This is a different TikTok account of different brands that I've worked with using the shop feature. So it notified all 250 of them. So you can imagine how bad my phone was blown up. Then I went on my account, immediately hit with this huge red warning when I opened my account that said I was permanently banned from any e-commerce features for violating too many guidelines, and immediately had no idea what they were talking about. I only ever had one violation on this account. I have had others that were wrongful, and I appealed them, and the appeal got approved because they were wrong. So I only had 3 e-commerce feature violation points, which basically means it was one video that got a violation. That equates 3 points. If you get 24 points, your account is banned. When checking my violations, I saw that every single video that I had done promoting a Stanley water cup on the app had been taken down and violated, which was only 2 videos, but they doubled the point amount from 3 to 6 points each because it was copyright, which is a bigger violation. Now, the claim is that the Stanley Cup that I promoted, which let me show you. This is a Stanley Cup. A brand reached out to me via email and said they wanted to send me their Stanley line for free. I said, of course, sure. It came in the official Stanley box with all the logos, the QR code, the official box, and this is the wrap that I haven't taken off yet. I thought this was a Stanley, and it looks like a Stanley to me, and I would never promote a fake product on purpose unless it's a dupe, not a blatant steal. So the videos I did on that cup got me banned, and that Stanley Cup is the reason why I cannot access over $8,000 now. There was not even an option to appeal at first. I had to get an option to appeal. And let me show y'all something. So these are all of the brand deals I have yet to even unbox and record, and some of these I don't even know what the brand sends me, to be honest, and I don't even make videos for a lot of these products because some of them are not good, and some of TikTok Shop products are literally junk, and I think we need to start admitting that. There are some good brands, and even this, which they fooled me. I thought this was real, and apparently it's junk as well. And they were selling it for the same price as a Stanley, and if it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, I feel like this ban should have been placed on the seller and not me. They should have lost their income, not me. I am literally just an individual, and I understand mistakes happen, and I'm so willing to learn from this, but just going from no warnings on my account at all to a complete ban, I feel is really harmful and hurtful to me and other creators. So I have agency support, and within that is other influencers that I talk to, and a lot of us woke up to violations today. So I just want to maybe announce that if you're a creator on TikTok, maybe not even shop, you just use TikTok as a form of income, I would look at ways to pivot, because they clearly do not care about creator support and reaching out to creators first, trying to problem solve efficiently. They will just ban, and they will just take your money. I wonder what they're going to do with all that money. I wonder if it just goes to TikTok. I wonder if it buys them donuts for the office. I have so many questions that I'd like to ask, but this probably will be restricted and not pushed out to the algorithm. So all I ask is that you share this video and get the message out, because I know they don't want the algorithm to get this, and it won't. So you might have to manually do it. But thank y'all for watching. That's kind of it, and it sucks. And I feel really betrayed by a platform that meant a lot to me. So horrible way to start the morning.
So yeah, she's obviously a creator, not a business owner, but I mean, same but different, really. That just goes to show how they really do determine what happens to you. I mean, she lost access to her funds that she had rightfully earned through selling one of these counterfeit products, and she is saying she didn't even know it's a counterfeit. It does come in a pretty convincing box, but if you get one that looks normal, you're not going to think to really check into it, especially if they are selling them for regular Stanley Cup pricing. And here's another one. This is of an actual business owner who was harmed by the TikTok Shop feature as well.
If you are trying to set up a TikTok shop, please proceed with caution. There are so many issues I wish I would have known about before I started. I've been on TikTok support all morning, and they are not getting it. The timelines are all messed up. You have to ship orders within 3 business days, is what it told me. I opened my TikTok shop on Saturday. It sold out on Saturday. It's not a business day. On Sunday, I added 4 more candles because I had extra. It sold 8. It oversold the candles. So I was trying to look past it because I know that it's new and I know that there's going to be a little bit of issues. So I hurry up and I started packing orders all day Sunday and all day yesterday. I was packing orders and I made the candles that oversold, which was TikTok's issue, but I was not going to question it. I knew it was new. I knew there was going to be issues. So I went ahead and I made some candles. I got on this morning and it was telling me things were overdue and that they were going to automatically cancel the orders soon or give the customer the option to cancel orders soon when it had only been 1 business day and I'm supposed to have 3. And on top of that, I shipped all the orders yesterday. I brought them to the post office. I even posted video on TikTok showing you guys that I brought them to the post office yesterday. I only had 4 orders that I needed to ship today, and they were the ones that TikTok oversold because I had to make the candles yesterday. I couldn't ship them the same day I made them, so I was going to be shipping them today. Well, now it's telling me that those orders are overdue, even though they were placed on a Sunday, a non-business day. So I should have 3 days to ship those. Well, now they're saying they're overdue. So I got on, finally started talking to this agent. She was not understanding anything. She just kept sending me automated messages and stuff like that and kept saying, did I help you enough? And trying to get off. And I kept telling her, no, I need help. I finally got her to admit that there were some bugs in the system and that I was sending her screenshots. She goes, okay, can you get me a screenshot of whatever the issue was one of the issues that I was trying to explain to her. So while I was trying to show the issues, get screenshots, I come back to the chat. She closed the chat on me. So then I had to re-enter and I got on with another agent. While I was waiting for the next agent to get on, I went on and noticed they automatically canceled 2 orders that I already shipped. I already shipped these orders. I shipped them out yesterday and now they're canceled. So there's going to be at least, so far, just 2 people who are going to get candles and not get paid for them. So I have been working for days, not sleeping, not seeing my children. And I'm not even going to get paid for it. I finally got on with another agent. And he is now having to escalate the case. So hopefully they'll be able to get it fixed for me. So, if you are a small business and you wanted to open a TikTok shop because it's making people go viral, because those are the only videos they're pushing right now, just beware.
So that's another example of how horrible TikTok Shop is, even for business owners. As she mentioned there, you're supposed to have 3 business days to ship the orders. Her orders were placed on Saturday and Sunday, both of which are not business days, and she was at risk of them being canceled, and in fact 2 were canceled only like the 2nd business day after. They also oversold her candles, which obviously she's able to make more, that's great. But that's also not her fault that they oversold, and she shouldn't have to bust her ass even more to make up for orders that should never have been placed, only especially for 2 of them to end up canceled anyways. And not to mention the extra time she had to spend just making the products and shipping out more because they oversold. She also had to spend all that time on chat trying to get them to understand her issue and the frustration with it and how that's not okay. And on top of that as well, if this creates a negative experience for the customer, that looks bad on the business owner, not really TikTok itself. It looks like the business is shady or that they're not operating right. And as a small business, it's already so hard to build an audience and to build trust and garner a community of people who want to buy your product. So for TikTok Shop to basically be playing these business owners and just running so terribly, it reflects really badly from a consumer standpoint to the businesses themselves. And that's something that they're going to have to deal with. And then the final thing I want to talk about was that there was a mass closure of TikTok shops due to copyrighted material. And this is really interesting to me because this is TikTok closing shops for valid reason. Small businesses designing merch, sweaters, bookmarks, etc. and so on, using copyrighted characters and materials for their work. So think like Harry Potter inspired, Disney inspired, you know, those big corporations. Yes, there are tons on Etsy. You can find these all around, but honestly, I think a lot of those people, unless they do it in a proper way, they're just treading the line of when they're going to be found out. But the thing is these big companies absolutely will come for you. So needless to say, TikTok Shop went through, and this is more valid for sure, shut down a ton of small businesses all at once for selling copyrighted material. But here's a few videos about like the copyright issue.
Okay, these TikTok shops getting shut down, I have just found to be so fascinating. I obviously feel very bad for people. This is their livelihood. You're losing money. But here's the thing, you cannot create these characters that are well known, owned by corporations like Disney, and try to sell them to make yourself money and think that you're going to get away with it. Even if you draw your own, say you draw your own Grinch and you put it on your website and you put the Green Man and it's like a and think that you're going to get away with it. Even if you draw your own, say you draw your own Grinch and you put it on your website and you put the Green Man and it's like a cup or something, that's not going to fly because everybody knows that's the Grinch. And that is a likeness that is trademarked by someone like Disney. And you think, oh, I'm a small fish in a big pond. Why would they ever care about me? They care. And they will take you for every single penny you have. You would much rather get your TikTok shop shut down than get actually sued by these companies, because they will retroactively go back and try to get you for every single penny that you have earned through something you tried to sell that was theirs. And it sucks, I know. I mean, I'm not like rooting for Disney here, but like, that's stealing. What you're doing is stealing. Same goes for, I'm a photographer. If somebody were to take one of my images, which has happened before, a city took my image and used it on something that they were promoting that was theirs. They didn't ask me for permission and they did not buy the rights to my photograph. And I found it and I sent them a check because they stole my work, and that's not cool. There are a lot of resources online. I know you can search trademarks on the internet and find things that are trademarks so you know ahead of time. Same with all this bookish merch. I don't think they're going to come down as hard as, say, Disney would, but a big one I've seen is ACOTAR. If you are creating things that say Valeris or, characters from the books, if you're making bookmarks, things like that are like very obviously from the book, and you do not have a license from either the author or the publisher, I'm not sure in the book world, like who you get your license from, but if you are not licensed to sell that, you will either get sued or they will ask you to take it down eventually. So just, if you're opening up a shop, it's not just TikTok. Etsy does the same thing. Do your research, go online. There are lots of resources, especially when it comes to this stuff, because all that is free. Like, you can find out very quickly things that are trademarked and things that you cannot try to sell and say that they're yours. It doesn't matter what you call them on your website. The technology is there now that they will find it and they will come after you, especially someone like Disney. So just be careful. And I just find copyright and trademark stuff so interesting. There's also, like I said, there's just so much you can learn about it, and it is definitely tricky. But when you are selling something and you are making money off of something, it has to be your own creation. It cannot be from someone else, unless you buy the license to do so. And from what I understand, I don't think Disney is giving out license to like small Etsy shops. They give their license out, like they sell it to like an H&M, because you see Disney through H&M, right? That's because H&M has a license through Disney. But I don't think that they're ever going to be giving that to small businesses. So if you see something like that on someone's shop and you know them, even if you don't know them, maybe kindly let them know, because they will be in trouble eventually.
So that's so true. Everything you said is kind of what I just explained, but definitely very accurate that if you're not in trouble yet, you definitely will be. This one's so funny. It says, my Nike wearing Grinch and Mickey ears smoking a bong with Kim K as one of the ghosts of Christmas past is my best-selling t-shirt design. They just take everything licensed and they're like, here, put it all together.
What do you mean my TikTok shop with Taylor Swift calendars and keychains that I made by myself in Photoshop at home is getting shut down for being counterfeit? Did you ask or get a permit to use Taylor Swift's image? What? Excuse me? Did you pay for a license to use her image? I have to pay a license? Yeah, you have to pay a license. That's Taylor Swift. Yeah, but Taylor Swift loves her fans. Taylor Swift can simultaneously love her fans and not let them commit copyright infringement on her. I don't get it. Okay. You took pictures from the internet that you didn't take of her. You took them from someone else's page, you put them on a calendar, and you sold them without a license. And you took Taylor Swift's lyrics and put them on there. That's copyright infringement. I still don't get it. I know you don't, and that's why your shop is getting shut down.
I have to say, obviously, I feel for people whose businesses and shops were shut down, because if that is your livelihood and something you spent your time and your effort in and probably money on, it does suck. But it is also the harsh reality, like these creators are saying, you can't just take other people's stuff and sell it off as your own, especially not when you're dealing with huge corporations like Taylor Swift merch, Disney, Harry Potter, all that stuff.
So Etsy has banned my shop permanently. They won't give me a reason why. They just say that I violated their terms of agreement. I don't know what I violated. I tried to say, hey, what did I violate? And they won't tell me. So until further notice, my TikTok shop is the only platform I have to sell right now.
Can't imagine why you were banned. Now, of course, like I said, TikTok is totally valid in taking down shops that do violate terms like copyright laws, but it still does cause an issue for any shopper as well who might have placed an order through that hadn't yet been shipped out and now the shop is closed down. I think the customer experience standpoint of that is still terrible, and I think they need to have like stricter rules and regulations before the shops are even able to sell. I just don't know what that would look like with so many users on TikTok and like how quick people sign up to sell things. I don't know how they would stay ahead of that, but clearly something needs to happen to protect the consumer, most importantly of all. Hopefully they're able to get their money back easily. Obviously they would be able to dispute it at their bank, but again, like anyone who made a purchase at a shop that has shut down, that's still such an inconvenience and just a downer. And overall I think it makes TikTok as a whole look pretty bad because they are the facilitator of these transactions going down, whether it's shops selling copyrighted materials, whether they're just screwing over small businesses or facilitating people selling scammy products and intentionally scamming audiences on TikTok through the shop as well as their ads. I think no matter what, it all just looks really bad. And overall, kind of my general opinion of TikTok shop is I feel like you should probably just steer clear of it because there's way too many issues and everything that's being sold in there you can easily find at a more reputable business. But yeah, when TikTok shop comes to Canada, I will definitely not be buying from it and I will definitely not be advertising it. I do sell like affiliate link stuff. I have a like to know in Amazon. They'll be linked down below. But I definitely would not opt for something like this, even if it is more enticing to creators because they get more views and they can earn money from it. It's just too sketchy, and I personally would never feel comfortable recommending those type of products to my audience, you guys. But also I would never feel comfortable being in the opposite end of that and buying from it. I've even seen a few people who I follow show sweaters and stuff that they got on TikTok shop acting like it's like a TikTok shop exclusive. It's so special. But all of it is stuff you could find on Etsy, Amazon, a million other places. So yeah, that's my opinion on it. Definitely seems way too scammy to be worth it. Let me know what you thought of all this down below. If you've ever bought something from TikTok shop, how did that go for you? And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.